Hello, everyone. It's Bridgetti Limbanda here from Cape Town in South Africa. I didn't know how to title my post, and so I simply put it thankful because that's exactly what this broadcast is about. I am exceptionally thankful today, and there's two reasons why I'm thankful. First reason is I don't um, see people very often in person, that is. And yesterday I needed to go and see someone in person, and I took an Uber ride. And on my way back, it was cold and raining in Cape Town, and all I wanted to do was make a dash inside. And in my haste to get inside, I left my laptop bag on the back seat of the Uber. My camera was in there and all kinds of gadgets that you usually would have when you take your laptop with you. I had some notes in there that are valuable to me, etc., etc. And here's the funny part: I didn't even realize that I had left my laptop bag in the car until a few hours later because I had some things to do, had some guests over, and so I didn't realize that I had left my laptop. And it was only, I think, roughly at about 9:30 p.m. when I suddenly realized with a thud that I didn't have my laptop bag. And I went into a flat spin. I was completely panicked. I didn't know what to do. I contacted Uber, couldn't get hold of them. I tried to reach out to the driver, couldn't get hold of the driver. Anyway, long story short, after several attempts, I left a message with Uber and they said, look, we can't get hold of the driver until 6 a.m. in the morning. Um, and the driver eventually did respond to my message saying he's in bed already and he's not sure that the bag is in his vehicle. He can check in the morning. So, of course, I didn't sleep very well last night because my laptop has got everything on it. And yes, I do have a backup. Um, and that's one important lesson I learned many, many years ago because I had a laptop that crashed on me and I didn't have a backup. And since that time, I have never been without a backup. So I cannot emphasize it enough. Backup every single day. If your information is worth anything to you, make sure you back up every single day. Once a week is not good enough. Once a month is not good enough. And make sure that your backup is in a safe place so that if anything does happen, you can do a restore. So my data is backed up every single day, thankfully. But I don't think there's anybody out there who likes losing a laptop. I certainly didn't relish the idea of having lost my laptop and everything else that was in my laptop bag. Anyway, got hold of them this morning. Got hold of the driver, and he went and checked his vehicle, and he said, "Yes, my laptop bag is in his vehicle." Thank goodness. I was so relieved, and so exhausted because after that I felt now I need to sleep once I processed the shock of having lost everything. Um, so, what I wanted to say is I know that Uber often gets a bad rap in the press, like a lot of other things. But I also firmly believe that when something goes right, we need to celebrate that. And so I want to say a huge, big thank you to my Uber driver who returned absolutely everything was in my bag. There was nothing missing from my bag at all. And there were a lot of little things in there that meant a lot to me. Every single item was in my laptop bag. There was nothing missing, not a pen, nothing. Everything was in there. So a huge big shout out to Uber in this case for getting things right. And I am extremely, extremely beyond thankful that I've got my laptop bag back. Um, some of you may not know, I live with chronic pain and fibromyalgia, and so I've got a special pillow that was also in my laptop bag, and I've got that back as well. So everything was returned to me, um, and I'm thankful. And so shout out to my driver and shout out to Uber. So that was the one thing that I'm thankful for. The other thing that I'm thankful for and want to say thank you to everyone who came to Ivan's assistance is a while back I reached out on social media. I met a teacher in Uganda. His name is Ivan Rukundo, for those of you who don't know the story. So Ivan is a teacher who's got a passion for children and young people. And so he started a number of projects to help young people in his community to become gainfully employed. And he's done this without any funding of any kind. He literally has reached into his own personal funds, which, as a rural teacher, excuse me, is not a lot of money. So he's started two projects. The one, it's called Wheels on Hope, Wheels of Hope. So he's building wheelbarrows made out of wood, and he rents these out to young people who can turn them into mobile shops. They can collect crops on the field with it and then take it to market and sell it. Um, People needing to move heavy things, they use these wheelbarrows for. So it's a much needed service in his community and doing well. And I mean, I know he'd love to expand it, but he also needs some funding in order to do that because he's not able to do it on his very small teacher's salary. And then he also makes shoes, which is 100% African. These are carved by hand, beautifully made shoes. Anyway, the reason why I'm sharing this is not about his other projects, but it was about his baby, his 5-month-old baby that suddenly got ill. This baby couldn't breathe, needed urgent surgery, all kinds of things. And he didn't have the money. He simply didn't have the money, and the hospital wouldn't help him. So I reached out to people on social media asking if they would kindly find it in their hearts to help Ivan, because he's such a kind-hearted person himself. He was desperate for the funds, and we got the money. So this is a huge, big thank you to everyone who donated so very kindly. Ivan was able to pay the hospital bill. His little boy, 5-month-old boy, Prince, is not out of the woods yet. So I wanted to just give a bit short feedback on that as well. I'm not quite sure exactly what the condition is. Ivan's first language isn't English, so it's been difficult to get the information from him about what exactly is wrong. He's not out of the woods yet. He's home now. He's going back to hospital for a checkup on Monday. He's still not 100%, but he's breathing, he's able to feed, and I'm grateful for that feedback. So just a huge, big thank you to everyone who kindly made a donation towards paying for his hospital bill. And that's really all I wanted to share with you today is my gratitude and thankfulness. Myself for my experience with my laptop, and of course for Ivan on behalf of him and his wife for their baby. And yes, just tell me in the comments, what are you thankful for? There's always something we can be thankful for, and maybe just something I want to add personally as well. I live with chronic pain, and when I have a trying moment, I have many of those. The way I get through difficult periods is to be grateful, to focus on something that I am thankful for. That's something that gets me through my periods when I really struggle with chronic pain. Focus on my breathing, focus on something that I am grateful for in my life, and that's how I get over hurdles. So if you're watching this broadcast, tell me, what are you thankful for today? What is it that you can focus on? What is it that has happened in your life that challenged you and And how do you deal with challenges? I'd love to know. I'm in Cape Town in South Africa, so if you're watching this, do let me know where in the world you are from. I also like to know um, where people are from that watches my broadcast. So with that, on a thankful note, I want to say have a great Friday, everyone. It is afternoon for me here in Cape Town, and for many of you in other parts of the world, it is morning. So have an awesome Friday ahead of you. From me, Brigetti, it's goodbye for now.